Hello, hello, it's Tash Ro.
Welcome to or welcome back to
It's Saturday.
Your personal self-care pod where you can escape the work week and unwind with your two besties.
No matter what day of the week it is, but for us, it's Saturday.
Oh my God, doing our little theme song actually reminded me of something. There is a new AI that just came out. I think it's called Udie. Let me look it up. But
Beauty.
It's this new AI, Udio. U-D-I-O.
Like video, but Udio?
I don't know. I actually don't know why it's called Udio. But anyway, it's literally kind of like ChatGPT where you give it like prompt words and then it makes music for you. So last night I was playing around with it being like, make a jingle for our podcast. I was like, podcast, It's Saturday, like female voice. And then based on what it gives you, you say, okay, it gives you two options and then you pick which one you like more. And then you do iterations.
Another one. Oh my gosh. So wait, do you have it?
I don't know if it's saved. Actually, let me see.
Did it sound like ours?
None of them were good. I was like, okay, we have to play with this a little bit more. Like you have to kind of like play with it around.
Oh
with
my
it
God, they're
lot.
really like taking everybody's jobs right now. Like there's no need for like someone to make jingle music anymore for commercials or like what?
And you can even like give it like let's say you already have lyrics to a song, but you're just not a singer.
Yeah.
Or you're like you can say what kind of instruments you want. I could say I want pop music, I want instrumental, I want like jazz. Like you can literally write it all out and
it's really fast.
It's super fast. It's like maybe like a minute, and then it gives you something.
Dude,
so we got to play around with that.
Stuff is scary though. That is crazy.
I know.
I was listening to Giggly Squad on the way here, and they were saying too, like how like right now, like we'll probably be like the first generation of like grandparents to be like really tech savvy. Because like right now, like our grandparents or like our parents, like not super tech savvy. I would say like at all. I feel like our generation is really going to be the ones to like get with it.
It's going to be crazy because like technology is obviously going to get even more and more intense. So it's going to be like we're going to have to keep up with it. Do you know what I mean?
Even sometimes I feel like I'm like not keeping up enough.
Layering emojis.
Yeah, literally layering emojis. People are like, you could do this for the last like year. And I was like, well, I thought it was pretty cool. Okay. That was pretty cool.
Oh my God. How was your weekend?
I had... okay, so I went from having a really busy weekend to having a super chill weekend, and it was so nice because originally we were going to go skiing this past weekend and I was supposed to work Friday but not close, so I was going to work, then we were going to like drive to the cottage, ski. My shift got canceled because there's really low ticket sales for this concert, which I was not mad about. And
what concert was it?
Queens of the Stone Age.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. I actually do. I was like kind of excited to be like, oh, maybe I'll like listen to some of their stuff, but I was like, I'd way rather stay home than drive to Canada. And then the mountain is just obviously like shit. It's been raining and it's been hot, so there's not really much skiing going on. So I was home and I just hung out. What did I do? I did some wedding planning. I stayed in and ordered Uber Eats. And I know I already told you my hack, but I need to tell.
You need to tell the Saturday's.
I need to tell the Saturday's hack. I was so stoked on this. So Matt was hanging out with the boys. I went and dropped him off. And then, you're just in a mood to like not cook, but then I didn't really want to eat out. Like I didn't want to go to like McDonald's or somewhere. I was like, let me see if there's any Uber Eats deals. Maybe like one of the spots I like to order off Uber Eats will have some sweet deal. I open it up and there's a promo and it's 40% off up to $20, and today was the last day for it. So I was like, okay, well, I don't know if I can spend $40 by myself. Like if I was with Matt, maybe I could, but by myself, I don't know. Except sushi.
Sushi, you can spend $40.
I can spend $40. I can eat $40 worth of sushi, no problem. And then if I got 40% off, I'm like, that's not that bad of a deal. So I go open up the sushi spots, and I find like now more than ever, Uber Eats just has so many deals. Like a different spots will be like buy one get one free, or spend $20 get $5 off. Like there's
like
just
a free dessert.
Yeah, exactly. There's just so many deals now going on at different restaurants on Uber Eats. So this one restaurant was like buy one roll get one roll free. So I bought a dynamite roll, got a free dynamite roll for free, 2 rolls for the price of one, and then I put in my cart some shrimp tempura and another like sushi roll. I forget what it was. It was like a spicy salmon or something. My order was $41. So I just qualified for the 40% off. Plus I got the free roll. So my order was $25.
You got like $60 worth of sushi for $20.
So much sushi. I literally couldn't even finish one of the full rolls. Like
Girl
the free
math.
roll that I got, I was like, I had it for lunch the next day and Matt had some, but I was like, oh my gosh, this is
You
the
made
best.
money.
I made money that night. I made money. My tummy was happy. I love sushi. It was from Orchid, which I'd never ordered from before. Reagan and Zamir used to live at the condo. I know they're listening. The condo that they used to live at on Kent Street. I think it was Kent Street. There was a sushi spot underneath, and that was a sushi spot. So that was cool. And then I carved up because the next day I went for my longest run to date. I ran 16 kilometers. Can't believe it.
Dude. And you found a new running route.
I think you already knew about this because you used to live on Pleasant Park.
We used to always bike this route that you
Dude, so you just
that
go,
you run. Which is crazy. I'm like, I could barely bike it and you're running.
So you run down Pleasant Park and you just like get to the river, and I didn't realize that. And there's just a beautiful trail that like connects like all along the fucking river.
It goes all the way to like the hospital. I remember we would just like bike that way. It's honestly, you
so
can
nice.
get downtown from there. Like it's the best.
So now I know where my long runs will be, which is amazing. And I don't know, there's just something about running around water and like trees.
Yeah.
It was just like so motivating and so peaceful. And it was such a good run. I was so
And
happy.
in a new environment too. I find like sometimes I'll do the same route and I'm like, I get bored.
Yeah.
So running in a new location, it's like, ooh, it's
And
like
I wanna-
working in a newer location. Like it's nice.
And I want to bring Stark there and like take him on walks around there, because it's like we could literally just drive right to that spot and it'd be like 5 minutes and then just like walk along the river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to get a running leash for him.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Go on runs with him. Honestly, I don't know. Would he run with you? I think he would.
I ran with him before, just like with our regular leash. And at the beginning, he kind of like is not into it.
what's
He's like,
going
what
on?
the fuck's going on? But then he gets into it.
Yeah.
But I would maybe go run for him, but like for training, I don't know, because he would like slow me down a little bit. But yeah, and then we went to the movies and we saw Civil War. Have you heard of this movie?
No.
It's really good, but it's mad heavy and like depressing because it's like very much what's going on in like parts of the world, but it's like shows it happening, like a civil war basically in like the US. And yeah, it's pretty fucked. But it was a really good movie. Well done. I would definitely recommend it, but it's very graphic and like really loud and depressing. Like I left there being like, I'm sad. And it was a Sunday. I was like, I don't know why we saw this movie on a Sunday. It was like a lot.
I'm already scared for tomorrow, and now I'm like terrified for Monday.
Literally, yeah. And then I had war dreams that night. I had dreams about like I was in a war and I was like trying to like run away from like all this like war torn shit happening. So
Oh my god,
yeah, it was heavy in my
dude.
brain.
Speaking of movies, I saw my movie was not sad. It's like the opposite, like the best romance movie I've seen in a really long time. It's actually an international movie. It's based in France. And I followed this guy on TikTok. I think his name is Cinema Joe or Joe Cinema. I can't remember.
Like Joe Mama, but Joe Cinema.
And he literally just like every month watches all movies that came out that month. Like he watches like 18 movies a month. Like it's crazy.
Like
and
that's his job.
Like literally, I think he has over 1 million followers on TikTok, and he rates them. Like, so he watches all these movies and he rates them from from worst to best. And for the month of, I think it was March or February, he said that this one was the best. It's called The Taste of Things. It's based in France. It's about this kind of like chateau. It's like I want to say it's based in like early 90s, and it's in like this chateau in France, like on the countryside, and it's literally these people running the chateau, but it's this man and woman that's run the kitchen, and it's just like about their story. And it's honestly so beautiful. Like you guys need to watch it. And also it's in French, so like, yes, you
It's
need
in French.
Yeah,
and
the whole
it's
thing.
dubbed. You're into dubbed stuff. Like,
No, subtitles,
Yeah,
but
okay,
not
sorry,
dubbed.
subtitles,
But
yeah,
honestly,
yes.
because it was in French, I feel like the subtitles were nice, but like you pretty much understood it. You know what I mean? But no, it's honestly like I think it won an Academy. It won some kind of award.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really, really
I'll check
good.
that
But
out.
after I watched that movie, that night I had dreams about being in the kitchen the entire night, like just like cooking.
Dude, it's crazy that how you'll watch a movie or watch a show before you go to bed, and then it's just literally what you dream of.
Dude, so crazy. So
Okay, I
definitely
gotta check
recommend
it
that.
out.
And then I literally had like such a chill weekend. Farza was feeling a little sick last week. I think like Caribou Cup just like
Yeah.
Destroyed
every year. Some people get really sick after that weekend. We're barely sleeping. We're barely eating.
Barely sleeping.
We're just on the hill.
Yeah, on the hill. We died on that hill.
We died on that hill.
And then I was kind of sick a little bit Thursday, Friday. Saturday I was feeling better. It's just like stuffiness, you know.
Yeah,
it's just like
it's going around.
But it was kind of nice just having like no plans on the weekend and just like catching up on life and just like I just like reorganized some stuff, did laundry, but we also went and bought a bunch of wildflower seeds because we have like patches in our backyard where I'm like, it's nothing's gonna grow here really. Like we could make it into something, but I'm like kind of lazy and I'm like, we're gonna be gone all summer.
Yeah.
Like I just can't be bothered to like garden all summer.
I was gonna say, are you gonna do a big garden this summer?
We're just gonna do herbs and like lettuce.
Yeah,
I think I'm not gonna do like tomatoes and stuff because it just takes a lot of work and like we're gonna be gone
all of August.
Yeah. So we were like, hey, you know what takes like no time is if right now is like the perfect time to like plant seeds. So we went and got a bunch of like wildflower seeds and creeping thyme. And we just like literally went to town and just like threw seeds.
Yeah. So what do you do to the soil to prep it?
So we bought a bunch of bagged soil. And then what you do is you kind of just like take a hoe and just kind of break up the soil. Yeah. And then in a wheelbarrow, we throw the new soil and we mix in the wildflower seeds.
You have a wheelbarrow? Oh my God. You're such a grown up.
Or you could just do it in like a bucket.
Yeah.
And just like,
or if you're a child, put it in a bucket.
And just like mix it up. And it's like you just throw the seeds, you mix it up, and then you just like put it on top, pat it on top, and then just water it.
Wow.
And wildflowers are really good because they're good for the bees. And creeping thyme, actually, like I did some research and it's so good. It's a natural mosquito repellent, which is insane. Need that.
I think we forget how bad the bugs are every year. Like they're coming.
Yeah, especially us because we have literally our whole thing in the backyard is like trees and hedges, and the hedges are really bad for mosquitoes. So I'm like anything to like shoo off the mosquitoes, and you don't need to mow it, so it's a really good like grass alternative.
Yeah,
next to clovers. We were talking about this right before we recorded.
I'm getting some clovers,
and like dogs can pee on it. It doesn't turn yellow. So if you're honestly, grass is such a waste of money. Like if you could find like an alternative to grass, so much better. And the good thing about clovers and creeping thyme is like they're symbiotic with grass, so they actually help grass grow. So it's like
they're buddies.
They're buddies.
So wait, if a dog pees on grass, is it going to turn yellow?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's like it turns like yellow patches after a while because the acidity of the dog's pee like gets in the soil. Whereas clovers and stuff, like they need a little acidity in the soil.
Oh, so it's helping them.
It helps them. Yeah. And it gives them nitrogen. There's a whole thing like you can literally read up on it. But I think what happens is the clovers give nitrogen to the soil that helps with grass.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like they help each other out. Yeah.
I'm literally learning something new every time I sit down with you. But yeah, I'm going to buy some clovers because we have patches in our backyard too where I'm like, grass has not been growing here the last couple of years. So we got to get some clovers.
Dude,
some white clovers also, guys.
And they're not even white, guys. They're just called white clovers, but they're like the small clovers. Because sometimes clovers are really ugly and they're like the massive ones. You don't want that in your backyard. Yeah. You want like the little small ones that just look like little clouds.
Yeah.
Like
little clusters.
Oh,
that's nice. Yeah. You have such wholesome weekends.
Yeah.
What are you doing this weekend? Your dad's visiting this weekend.
My dad and my brother are visiting this weekend. My brother gets here tomorrow. So
is he staying here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, fun.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see him, ask him about all my science stuff. Like every time he's here, I'm like, what about this? And what about this?
Yeah.
This hurts. What happens here? Can you give me a full exam?
Yeah, truly. Take advantage of that. Literally. Love that for you. That's amazing. Okay, let's jump into some social seg because I don't know about you, but my For You page has been all about Coachella. So let's just talk about it.
Yes.
First, I just want to say a lot of my TikTok feed was the camping at Coachella, and some people like slayed the camping. It looks sick.
This is the first year that I feel like my For You page showed camping.
Yeah.
I feel like it's always the influencers, and this year it's like, no, this is the real Coachella.
Yeah.
Coachella.
Some people like had like brought showers. They had like all their coolers. Like they literally like the aesthetic in their camps were insane. Like their camp looked but nicer than like our bedroom.
I'm and like a clothing rack. I'm like a sofa. I'm like, how did you guys bring all this?
I know. What did you drive? Also, I would be nervous that like people would steal stuff because I know I've seen people's phones getting stolen on like my For You page, but I just feel like having all these things and then if you're not there, like you would hope like honor code, but you know, there's always coffees and 2 just like regular burritos, and it was like $56.
I know, I saw that too. And apparently the ticket prices are just going up. It was like over $2,000 or something for 3 days. And Airbnbs are like, good luck trying to get an Airbnb.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why everyone's camping.
So does the ticket include camping then?
No, I don't.
Or do you have to pay, do you have to pay to have like a spot to camp?
Probably.
You pay for just like a little square of grass and clovers.
Yeah, clovers. Yeah, it's honestly like, I feel like this year people are saying like fuck Coachella, like it's overrated. I think the lineup was kind of meh.
Lana Del Rey, Sick, Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo. Who else was there?
I think like John Summit came at one point.
Yeah, Dom Dalla was there.
Yeah. But I feel like it wasn't as big as like the other years, especially for the price that you're paying. It's just crazy. Also, can we just talk about the outfits for a second? What do you think of the outfits this year?
They're okay.
Everyone's going for this big chunky belt situation.
I've
the
seen
one
that a
that's
lot.
like the circles.
Yes.
I feel
and
like
then it like goes all the way down.
Everything.
I really liked, of course, I liked Alex Earl's outfits, especially the like black and like little glitzy ones on the sides of the shirt and her pants. I thought that was sick. Who else? Nothing really like stood out that much, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like an influencer festival where it's just like who's sponsored, I saw this girl, she was like, why is like the influencers going with each brand, like fraternities and sororities? It's like Alex Earl's with Poppy, this person's with like Guess Jeans, this person's with Lemmy, like.
But can we talk about Poppy, because they actually like popped off, like the house that she's staying at is sick. They were so smart with their marketing, like everything everywhere was Poppy, like down to like if you're taking a mirror selfie, Poppy stickers, like the pool, all the floaties were like lemon and lime because they just launched the lemon and lime flavor. Like it was everywhere in the house.
I feel like I'd never heard of this brand, and now I can't stop seeing it. Like it's everywhere.
Yeah,
I'm like, who the hell is Poppy?
I don't know, but I love soda water, so I'm like, I want to try this Poppy.
Let's do a review with Poppy, bubbly, like all of the ones, and just do like a little taste test. Maybe
LaCroix.
blind.
Yes, blind
taste test.
I would love that.
With all the bubbly waters.
Is Poppy available in Canada?
I feel like it is.
Really?
I feel like someone got it.
Oh my gosh, I would love to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they really slayed their house for Alex. But then did you also hear about this like Buy Bambi drama? Do you know the brand Buy Bambi? It's this expensive Australian clothing brand.
Okay.
And there's this girl, Yasmin, and you've probably seen her on your For You page. Like she has like a septum piercing. She kind of like looks like kind of punk rocky, like just not like your average quote unquote looking girl, but she's gorgeous. And everyone knew about Buy Bambi apparently because of this one girl. She like was ride or die for them, always like promoting their stuff, dripping in their stuff all the time. And then Buy Bambi like goes to Coachella. They have like this bus, they have like this whole setup for a bunch of these girls, and this girl was not invited on the trip.
And she's like a big enough influencer where people
noticed. People were like, where's Yasmin? Like, why isn't Yasmin invited? Like, and it was this whole drama thing. And like the girls that they did invite were all just like very like cookie cutter. They all kind of look the same, and you know, Yasmin looks a bit different. So they're kind of like, wait, like, why aren't you inviting her when she literally, everybody knows this brand because of this girl apparently, and they didn't invite her. So not everyone was like, literally buy Bambi. Like we're not, because it's an expensive brand too. They're like, bye, like deuces, see you later. So, and then I've only heard about this brand through all this drama. And then I was like, man, I don't want to support this brand either. If they're like not inviting this girl who's like working her ass off and they never even paid her. Like she was just like working for like with them. Like she got like free stuff, but they never paid her and they didn't invite her on this trip.
Oh my God.
It was this whole thing. Now that we're talking about it, it's going to be on your For You page.
Well, I was saying like, wasn't it you that the other day you were like, this is very specific. You're like looking for luggage for Italy.
Yes.
And it was like the perfect luggage for Italy. I'm like, this is creepy.
Yeah. It was like the perfect carry-on for Italy. I'm like, that's really scary. Creepy. And it was Monos, which is
what you ended up buying.
Yeah, which I ended up buying. But this came up after I bought it. But I don't have a carry-on yet. I bought like a check-in, but I still need a carry-on.
That's like,
yeah, that was
creepy.
Somebody's listening. Super weird.
Oh my God. No, that's honestly, yeah. Would you ever go to Coachella?
For free.
Yeah.
I would definitely go for free.
For free, I would go.
Oh, for
100% for sure.
Who would say no to a free Coachella ticket?
But I feel like I wouldn't go out of my way to go.
I do though remember like when I was in university, like when I was first joining Phi Sig, which would have been like, oh my God, like 10 years ago now, over 10 years ago, I guess, there was a couple of girls that would go to Coachella like over 10 plus years ago. And they were like the OG people I knew going to Coachella. And it was like this crazy thing. I remember like joining the sorority and these girls were flying to California to go to like the desert and like listen to music. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. Like, okay. And it's just blown up like so much since then.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, no, it's like, I remember like the flower crowns that kind of like popped off from Coachella.
Yeah. So funny.
Oh, so funny.
Okay, I also wanted to ask you, speaking of TikTok, is Nara Smith on your For You page?
Which one is she?
She's like the DIY from scratch like, queen.
Oh, yes.
Oh my God. She's like gorgeous.
She's like making Cheez-Its for free from
she's
scratch.
Like, my toddlers were craving a grilled cheese sandwich, so I made bread from scratch. I like made the full loaf. I curded my own cheese. Like literally made my own butter. Like every single thing from scratch. And she's this like beautiful woman. She just had a baby actually. She's been pregnant and she just had the baby. She named her baby Whimsy, which I think is kind of cute.
Whimsy? That is cute.
It's Whimsy Lou Smith. Whimsy Lou Smith.
Oh, that is cute.
It's kind of cute.
But like she comes from money because who the hell has all day? You're spending all day. Like there was this one, she was like making like goldfish crackers or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, you spent all day making goldfish crackers and you have a newborn, like you have help.
Yeah,
like,
she does. And she has 2 other kids too.
Yeah.
But when her voice is so soothing, she's just stunning to like look at, and she's just so elegant and like docile. And then she's just making all this stuff from scratch. It's crazy. And then she just had her baby. And then what's also really funny though is people are making like parody TikToks about her where they're just like making fun of her, but like in a nice way. They're like going out, okay, like I went to get fresh eggs from my like chicken coop, and they're like in the streets of Toronto, and it's just like a seagull goes by and there's like, oh, they have these eggs and shit, and like
that is so
there's
funny.
So many funny
because it's her and the other one that tilts their head. What's that girl's name? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
She like is like making stuff and she's like tilting her head.
So funny.
She's so funny.
Oh yeah, they are very similar.
They're very similar. I feel like it's kind of like, what is it? Hate, like they make it knowing that people are gonna hate on them, and that's kind of like where they're heading. You know what I mean?
But I feel like Nara Smith, I think that this is actually who she is, whereas the other girl is definitely like milking it and like, you know, this is what I feed my 27-month-old. Like, you know, she's definitely like leaning into like the stereotype and just going with it and making fun of it. Whereas I feel like Nara Smith is literally just this kind of human.
This is just me.
This is just her. She's just a from scratch girly.
Oh my God, that is so funny. Okay, have you seen that whole thing about Revolve being exposed?
Okay, I've heard about it, but I haven't seen the videos.
Okay, so a bunch of people, now I think there's more and more videos coming out of people exposing Revolve because they found that the clothes are actually from Shein.
Have they spoken out on this? Because this is a wild allegation.
But so this one girl, she was like, I bought this dress. It was like $400.
Yeah, Revolve is expensive. Can we just say, whenever an influencer links Revolve, I'm just like, fuck you.
I'm not clicking the link.
It's $800 jeans. I'm like,
no.
Revolve
Fest, like they always have like Revolve Fest at the same time as Coachella.
Only Revolve influencers like can buy Revolve. Like,
I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm like, you have 50% off.
Yeah.
Like, no. Anyway, so she got this dress. It was like $400. And the other day she was like looking at it like on the side tag, not like the main tag, but like the side tag where it says how to wash it. And really small at the bottom, it says Shein, like factory. So it's literally from Shein, but now they're just selling it for $400. Like, guys.
Oh my gosh.
It's just, people are like, oh, well, Shein's so bad. I'm like, everything you're buying from the internet is probably coming
Unless Nara Smith makes it herself. Like, I'm sorry. It's all like fast fashion, basically. Which is sad. But yeah, it's like, come on. Don't let that
Nara Smith is sewing your clothes.
Yeah. Unless Farzad is sewing our clothes, because that's what he does now. Oh my gosh. I want to hear what they have to say about that though, because that's crazy.
No. Thank you.
That is crazy. Oh, okay. I learned a pretty big lesson recently with running, and I wanted to share it because it was just one of those things where once I was told it, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. But like, in the moment I just didn't think of it. So I post on Instagram like my runs, because I have this app called Strava. You like upload your runs. It's like this whole community. It's really fun. And the first thing it does is it like maps like your run or whatever, and it like shows like your stats. So sometimes I would post like my run, and I would post like my little map, like whatever. And it doesn't like show like where you start and where you finish, but it does like show like the loops and everything, and like some of the names of the streets. And then this girl that I know, not even really well, but she's just like, I don't know if this is extra, but I feel like you shouldn't be posting like the times that you run and the routes that you take, because you just like never know like who's like watching like your stories. And I'm like, oh my God, that's actually kind of true. Even though I'm a private account, like there's still sometimes you just have random followers. And I'm just like, do I really need to be posting like the route I ran and like the time I ran? Like, you just really need to show like,
you don't need to show all that.
You don't need to show all of that. So just like a PSA, if you're like showing your Strava like map like on social media, like maybe don't. Yeah. Because a runner actually did, like a woman recently in California, like a runner like got killed like while she was running, like someone like attacked her and like murdered her. So it's like, I know it's very like the chances are so slim, and thankfully we live like in a safe community, but
and also the fact that it shows where you started and where you end. It's kind of like that's probably your house.
Yeah,
you're starting
like it's
in
like
the same
it kind
place.
of doesn't show, but it's like,
okay,
well, it's not like this is exactly where you started. It's like, oh, the start and the end are hidden, but it's like, well, there's just one gap, so you kind of know where it is. Yes. Like if you wanted to figure it out, you probably could. So just be
honestly, that's a really good tip. And so when you post on, I've never been on Strava. Is it going on like a public platform, or is it just your followers or your friends?
Mine was public, and then now it's private.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but I mean, like on Strava, like I have like 40 followers. Like it's not like a big thing. It's literally just like the people who run on my Instagram kind of thing.
Got you.
Yeah. So just
honestly, that's a really good point.
Just a little lesson.
Okay, speaking of like followers and stuff, I saw this really good. It was kind of like a TED talk posted by the CEO of Patreon. His name is Jack Conte. And it was actually really good. It's a really, really long talk. I'll send it to you. I think you and Matt would really enjoy it. He just like talks about like the age of like social media and like different time points. And one of the things that he talked about that I thought was really, really interesting was, so I never understood Patreon. Like I was like, why, who is paying for this? Like, I don't really get it. But he really like dives into like the whole concept of like a super fan and how before you would have like these followers, like let's go back to like 2010 when people had YouTube and you just like subscribe to people and that was it. But then in I think it was 2017 or 18 when TikTok, or 2020 when TikTok introduced the For You page. Yeah. It kind of like killed off the follower. Like there's he calls it the death to the follower, because now your page isn't curated based on who you're following. Your page is curated based on what you're interested in, or what you're following, or what your interests are, or what you liked based on the other things. So sometimes you're not even seeing the posts of people that you are following. Yeah. And so it's harder to get engagement from your followers. And so my Patreon is like a way to kind of engage with your super fans. And it doesn't have to be very large, but it's just like a way to connect with those people, because otherwise right now, even like our reels, sometimes people don't even see them. Like unless like our followers don't see them, like random people are seeing them.
Exactly. But isn't Patreon like a platform where you like give money?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like a subscription, but like it depends on what. So for example, a lot of the woodworker people that Firewood follows on YouTube, like they have a Patreon where if you pay like $5 a month, you get access to like their plans.
That's sick.
So, and they can and step-by-step videos. That's whereas awesome. The videos on YouTube are just very generic.
It makes more sense. Yeah. Like, and also like to your point about TikTok, I'm only on my For You page. My following, I like, sometimes I accidentally click it and I'm like, ugh. Yeah, I'm like, ew, I don't want to. No. Like, it sounds bad. I'm just like, oh, I don't really want to watch those. I want to see my For You page.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Okay, I have a really useful tip, and props to Hannah for sending us this, but it's...
Oh my gosh, listen up, guys.
Okay, you know, sometimes you go to make a recipe and you click on the recipe and it's this long-ass blog with 50 million ads and...
You're scrolling for 5 minutes before you get to the
story of how they came up with the recipe. Like, we don't care. Yeah. We just want to know how to make the recipe. What are the ingredients? What is the instructions?
That's it.
So there's this website called cooked.wiki. And all you have to do is go to that website, go cooked.wiki / and then put the URL of whatever recipe you're trying to make of the blog. Mm-hmm. And it will literally itemize the instructions. It will create like a grocery list for you. Yeah. it does everything for you.
It does everything for you. And the best part about it is you can change the portion that you want. So if you want it for 4, if you want it for 8, if you want it for 6, and then it will adjust the amount of the ingredients that you need for that portion. Because sometimes you can't do that with those recipes. Sometimes it's like, oh, this is for 2 people. And it's like, okay, well, what if I want to make it for
AI making this.
Probably.
Like everything's AI.
cook.ai?
Yeah, cooked. Someone cooked here. Literally. But yeah, cook.wiki. If you're trying to make a meal, next time you're trying to make a meal, use it. It'll save you so much time.
Yeah, I can't wait to pop a bunch of recipes on there.
And then also speaking of cooking, this is something that Farzad's family always did that I kind of just was like, it was kind of weird, but never really looked into it, is they use kiwi to tenderize meat. So kiwi has like some natural, I don't know, things in it. Like, I guess like
apparently kiwi
acids.
is like the best fruit you can eat for you. Like
Dude,
kiwi is like insanely good for you on so many, all the nutrients, the vitamins, like everything in it. Like if you're gonna go to the grocery store and buy a fruit, like you should buy a kiwi.
Kiwis are so good. Apparently like 1 a day is like, you should have 1 a day.
I need to buy more kiwis. We used to be big on the kiwi train and we just kind of stopped because it's kind of a whole thing to fucking.
And sometimes they're not ripe, your tongue gets all weird. But anyway, if you cut it up and you put it in your chicken marinade or your steak marinade or something, it helps it tenderize and becomes really, really tender.
Oh my gosh.
And so Farzad's family always did this when we're like barbecuing. They like threw a couple kiwis in there and I was like, wait, what? And then I like looked it up and I was like, wait, this is actually, there's like science behind this. Like kiwis are really good for marinades. So next time you're like making a marinade with your cook.wiki, just throw in a couple kiwis
in there. Dude, I love kiwis. Okay, kind of on the topic of food, but not really. I've been seeing on my TikTok lately, there's this girl who is using her expired and frozen breast milk as a Botox substitute.
Okay, please explain this to me because I saw this girl like rolling milk on her face. I was like, what is going on?
Because I was kind of like, at first I was like, what the hell? I'm like, wait, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to use Botox and I'm breastfeeding or pregnant either. So I was like, maybe I should like look into this a little bit. And apparently it's like really, really good for you for a lot of different things. So if you don't want to throw out your expired breast milk, you can freeze it. You can put it on your face. People have been making like face masks with it. People have been putting it on like scars or stretch marks, and apparently it works wonders for that as well.
My God.
Yeah, I can't like get too much in the science. I was trying to figure out like what is it in the breast milk that is like
helping
all these things, and I couldn't really figure out what it was, but it just says that it has a similar effect to Botox if you want to like make your scars like less visible, stretch marks. But I mean, like breast milk is so fucking good for you, like for the baby. So it makes sense that like also topically that it could be really, really good for you.
It's actually kind of crazy that our body is able to produce such like a nutrient dense like thing. You know what I mean? It's actually kind of crazy. I'm definitely gonna ask my brother about that and be like, what's going on?
Add that to your list of questions. Yeah. Be like,
hey doc, is breast milk good for Botox? He's gonna be like, oh my God, where have you been?
TikTok, Reza. I've been on TikTok.
TikTok. He's like, sometimes I'll send him links and he's like,
people are
buddy,
like,
no.
That's false news. People are putting like slug stuff on their faces. Like we put some, like we're putting little tiny needles in our faces. Like, is breast milk that crazy?
Yeah. Yeah, honestly.
It's very natural. It's free. Like, I'm definitely going to try it out when I'm breastfeeding. Like, I'm not going to throw away my expired breast milk.
No,
I'm going to rub it all over my face.
Okay, you know what's actually so funny, though? The people are taking drumsticks. You know drumsticks, the ice cream?
Love.
Yeah. Okay. Turns out...
Okay.
On the strain of, remember our Band-Aid and all the toxic Lunchables?
Don't tell me drumsticks are killing me.
Drumsticks aren't actually ice cream. If you look at the packaging, it says it's a frozen dessert. People have been taking their drumsticks and leaving them out for like 24 hours and they're not melting.
No.
And like people are like, what is in this that it's not melting? Like it's just not like melting. Like it literally melts a little bit, but not that much.
Okay, you know what? This is fine because the best part of a drumstick anyway is the cone when it has the little piece of like fudge chocolate at the bottom. And then you like eat all the way down and you like have a tiny little ice cream cone. You're like, like I have this like a tiny ice cream cone. So whatever. I don't need to eat that part. All I need to eat is the cone.
Just throw out the ice cream and eat the cone.
ice cream.
The frozen dessert.
That's so annoying.
It's actually so sad.
I'm wearing a Band-Aid. I'm eating a Lunchable. I'm having drumstick for dessert. I'm basically...
You're just a human radiation.
Yeah, I'm just
plant.
killing myself, essentially. Great.
Oh my
I
God.
love that.
Okay, well, if you want to try something else, you should try... Have you heard of Tanghulu?
Not once in my life.
Oh my God. I don't know if this is... Again, this is TikTok. Just like if you see it once and you're like, what is this? Now my For You page is all people eating Tanghulu. Tanghulu is an Asian dessert. I think it's Japanese, and it's literally just fruit that's like dipped in like sugar, melted sugar substance that becomes hard.
Okay.
And so it's like,
oh, is that what people eating these grapes? Like friggin' Paige and
grapes
Craig?
and like there's strawberries and all this stuff, and it's just like the texture. I really want to try making it.
Okay. I feel like that would be good to put in a cocktail too. It's like a little like skewer.
I'm gonna try making it.
Okay.
Yeah. I just like
So it's just grapes and sugar.
It's grapes or like any fruit, and you just literally take sugar, water, and you. But there's some science behind it. You have to make sure like not to overcook the sugar, or else it burns.
Yeah.
It has to be the perfect temperature. Then you stick your fruit like on like a skewer, and you put it in your sugar mixture, and then you let it cool. Or you put it you put it in the sugar mixture, and then you immediately put it into ice, like cold water, and it becomes hard. And then it's like this cool texture. And I don't know if it's like ASMR, but
my teeth, I don't think could do this. They're so sensitive. I'm not one of those people that can bite into ice cream. I think we talked about this, like just so sensitive to cold. Like even just talking about it, I feel the feeling in my teeth, and I don't want to do that.
this sharp like pain.
Yeah. Too sensitive. I'm gonna stick to my drumsticks.
Okay. Well,
so sorry.
oh my God.
Okay, I saw something cool for Ottawa for once.
Oh.
In 2025, Ottawa's gonna be hosting like the world famous Ironman triathlon in the summer.
Ooh.
Which is crazy.
Are you gonna do it?
Not in 2025, but honestly, I was talking to Matt about this, and then I was like, I wouldn't rule out doing an Ironman in my life. I feel like, I don't know, if I can run a marathon, I could definitely bike. Like
And swim. It's like
swimming would be the hardest thing for me, but it's only at 2.9 kilometers.
I feel like that's long.
I would literally be so slow. I'm just such a weak swimmer. But if you practice, it's just like it's not like I was always a good runner. I literally used to run 100 feet and I'd be like gasping for air. So you just have to train and get better at it. But I just think it's cool that something like that's coming to Ottawa, because whenever we were in Tremblant when the Ironman was happening, it was just like such like electric, like cool vibes. It's going to bring people from all over the world to our city. So it's going to be really good for tourism. I just think it's something cool to have in our city.
And when is it usually? It's like in
August 2025.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well,
We'll be here.
We'll be here. Maybe they can hire us to be on the field on
reporting live for duty. I don't know how I would feel about having to swim in the Ottawa River. That's where you got to do it. Disgusting. It's funny because the way they described it, like, yes, and you get to swim in the pristine Ottawa River. I'm like, I just ran by it the other day. I don't know if I would call it pristine, but maybe they're gonna throw some chlorine in there for the next 2 years.
Some drumsticks.
But yeah, it's just so cool seeing people do these races, because most of them are a lot older, which is crazy. You would think it'd be like these young athletic people, but it's like retired people that have 48 hours a day to like train for this shit. Like you literally eat, breathe, sleep this stuff. It's insane.
That's crazy. Yeah. Wow. That's so cool. Okay, let's get into some tabloid talk because
oh my God,
people just announced a pregnancy.
I saw yesterday that Logan Paul and Nina are having a baby. I immediately click on the comments. Someone's like, congrats, bro. Who's the father? People are so mean to Nina.
Why are they so mean to her? She's so pretty.
She lived her single life, and she's been like photographed with like Leo and like a bunch of like really big celebrities. But like whatever, she was single. Like let her do what she wanted.
I'm sorry, Logan Paul dated so many different people too.
Yeah,
he was a little slew.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a little Paul is coming this fall.
So they're engaged, but they're not married yet, right?
No, they just got engaged like a couple months ago. Yeah. I don't think she was pregnant before they got engaged though.
Yeah. No, they got engaged last year, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, she's in her mid 30s, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. Why not? He's rich as fuck. She's has her own money. She was a model.
Yeah.
Procreate. We're gonna have a beautiful tall blonde baby.
My baby's gonna be doing definitely like an athlete of some sort. She's like super athletic as well.
Yeah, someone in the comments is also saying like this kid's gonna get beat up so much in high school because Logan Paul is his dad.
Damn. Yeah, Jake Paul and Mike Tyson have like a fight, I think.
What?
Yeah, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are fighting. Yeah, I think it's like I want to say it's in like September.
Is Mike Tyson like coming out of retirement for this?
Yeah, like it's just a payday.
Because he's fucking old.
Yeah. Dude, they make so much money on these fights.
To fight? Like,
yeah,
it's scary that he wants to fight.
I mean, he's crazy. I feel like, I don't know, but Jake Paul's also crazy. I don't and then also, did you see how Megan Fox finally like talked about this whole Love is Blind Chelsea thing?
She like did, but she didn't.
Yeah, she was kind of like, yeah, people took it too far. Like, what did she say? She was like,
no one should be bullied. Like, no one, like, they should just leave her alone. But she never said like, do you look like her or not? Like, do you think you like her? Yes or no? Blink twice if yes.
Yeah.
Blink once if no.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. She's interesting.
Also, I feel like love. It's crazy like what our culture is like. It's so like hot and cold. It's like we were all consumed. Love is blind. Love is blind. Like this, that, eat, sleep, breathe, and then now it's just like, what? Who? It's like so over and done with.
Yeah.
When does Love Island start again?
I don't know.
I feel like that should be soon.
I think soon.
Like a full 50. I'm excited because I'm only gonna watch it on the treadmill. So like. I'm gonna get my steps in. I'm gonna get my cardio. My 12-3-30s are gonna be 12-3-59.
Dude, literally, I love watching reality TV while I work out because then I'm like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's literally not that bad.
Like I'm watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and I'm like, oh my god, how have I never watched this? Now I'm like, okay, I gotta watch all the Beverly Hills. I'm like, I have so much TV to watch. Like,
it's such a good feeling. Such a good feeling. I'm so excited for you. Tell me when Lisa Rinna gets on the show because then shit gets crazy.
She got a lot of filler in her face. She looks crazy now.
Oh my gosh. Now
she looks nuts.
She's always looked really like a lot. She looks like a lot. Okay, let's jump into some
red
flags. You wrote this one.
Okay. I don't know where I saw this, but someone was saying like, oh, like you don't pee in the shower, right? And I was like, everyone pees in the shower.
Yeah, I definitely pee.
Like, who doesn't pee in the shower? If you don't pee in the shower, like
the shower makes me have to pee.
Yeah,
I get in there and there's water everywhere, and I'm like oh my god, I have to pee.
I have to pee right now.
But like I'm hydrated, so it's fine.
Yeah. But you're also showering. It's like probably the cleanest place to pee.
Did I do something else in the shower? I don't know if you do it either. Do you ever like blow your nose in the shower?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, is she gonna think I'm gross like the tampon thing?
No! Oh my god, of course. It's the shower.
It's the shower.
You're gonna clean yourself. Yeah. It's the place you can do everything.
There's no rules.
You can't poop in the shower, but
no, there's one rule.
If there was a toilet in the shower, I'd be pooping in the shower. Because then you're gonna go wash yourself. It's probably the cleanest place.
Bidet / shower. Yeah, no, definitely pee in the shower, blow my nose in the shower.
Everything.
Yeah,
it's just the shower. If you're like, oh, I don't like it, I think it's more weird if you are about to shower and then you pee and then get in the shower. Like just get in the shower and pee. Like what?
Yeah, if I like have to really pee, I'll pee before I get in. But like just most of the time I get in the shower and it just makes me have to pee for some reason. Yeah, I've been bringing my phone in the shower a lot lately.
Oh,
yeah,
that's new.
Because we have just like little stands. I'll just like have a podcast on and like be playing it, or sometimes I don't know.
Oh my God.
Sometimes I just want to be in the shower. I'll literally be on TikTok in the shower. Is that weird? Because you have like a hair mask on and sometimes you have to be in the shower for like 10 minutes and I'm like, what the I already peed. What am I gonna do for 10 minutes?
A full girl shower?
Yes, right?
A full girl shower.
You have to let everything sit, marinate. So I don't know.
Dude, I know.
I just bring my phone in sometimes. So does Matt.
No.
So does me.
Honestly, if my shower is a little bit bigger, I hate our shower here. I loved our shower at our old house because we redid it and it was so big. And I was like, could fit like 3 people in here. Now I'm like, this one, sometimes Farza gets in, I'm like, it's not big enough for 2 people. Get out. I'm trying to like shave my legs. And he's like in there. I'm like, oh, get out.
I just peed. Get out.
Yeah. I'm peeing right now.
Yeah, no, I think that's a red flag. If you say you don't, I think it's a lie.
I think it's a lie.
Okay, I think, and this was kind of brought up today, but red flag, if you go somewhere, whether this is like on public transportation or just like a public space where it's like public seating and there's open space, but you choose to sit right next to someone that you don't know.
Oh my God, I hate this
you're a walking red flag.
No.
That's so weird.
That's it. I would want to get up and move at that point.
I remember when I used to take the bus, sometimes like I'd feel like an asshole sitting on the outside seat. So I would sit on the inside seat just in case the bus would get full. Yeah. And sometimes the bus would be pretty empty and someone would sit beside me.
I would put my bag on the bus, like on the next seat. Like, don't sit here.
Don't.
And then if it's full, I'll take it up. But I'm not.
I remember when I used to have to take like Greyhound buses too, and people would like come on the Greyhound. I would always just like start coughing whenever people would walk on, because I'd be like, maybe they won't want to sit beside me because I didn't have a bag. It was like unchecked. So I'm like, I'm just going to cough when everyone gets on the bus and hopefully no one wants to sit beside me.
I'm sick.
Don't sit here.
No, 100%. Okay. I saw this video of this girl who was like, she was like, I'm about to go meet my friends for dinner. It was like a TikTok. She's like, I'm going to go meet my friends for dinner. And they're going to like this fancy restaurant. And so I'm just going to bring my own dinner. And she was like making dinner to like bring to the restaurant. If me and you went to dinner and you brought your own meal, first of all, I don't think you're allowed to do that at most places.
I think that's very inappropriate.
If you brought your own dinner,
just
I'd be like,
home.
What is going on? She's like, it's so expensive. So I'm just going to bring my own dinner and order a water. I'm like, this is...
So like, do you ask them for a plate? And like, can you heat this up for me? Do you actually have any ketchup?
Yeah.
Like, do you have any sauce for this food that I brought? Thank you.
Yeah. Can you take this, please? Like, that's weird.
I would never have the audacity to do that.
I would never do that.
The only place it's okay to bring stuff somewhere is snacks to the movie theater.
Yes.
But it cannot be a healthy snack.
Oh my God. If you're bringing like cut up carrots to the movies and like hummus, I'd be like,
what about labna? We'll let that slide. You can bring labna to the movie theaters.
Like fucking like Cheetos dipped in labna.
Yeah, like I'll bring like more snacks to the movie theater because like we went to the movies, for example, on Sunday, and we're just so lucky right now that some people know that we love to go to the movie theater. So like Matt's uncle has gotten us like gift cards to the movie theater. So we always use them on snacks. So I literally feel so rich when I go to the movies right now because I don't even look at the price. I'm like, I want mini eggs. I want a large Diet Coke. I want a large popcorn, whatever. And then yesterday I actually looked at the mini egg price and I'm like, oh my God, it's like $9 for this like normally $3 bag of mini eggs. I'm like, fuck it, I have a gift card, but like if I didn't, you'd best believe I'd be going to the Dollarama, buying my own mini eggs and sneaking them into the movie theater.
Yeah, you got to do that. It's like the only thing you're buying is the popcorn because the popcorn's the best there. But if everything else, yeah.
Do you remember? I feel like when I was a kid, or maybe it was because I was a kid, but I feel like they used to like look in your bag when you went to the movie theater. Like
they
that was
100% did. I remember I would stuff.
Yeah, like, you'd like walk and be like,
yeah. I would have like mini eggs. I'd have like all this stuff, like chips, like just like in my like literally on my person,
like on my person, because they would like be like, okay, let me see in your bag, and you'd be like.
Now it's like,
and then you
let me see in my bag. No, you creep.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm an adult. How dare you accuse me of doing such?
Meanwhile, I'm like,
yeah. Meanwhile, I have a full like family size Smart Pop in my
and Lebna. Do you have a fridge?
My dinner. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
So good. Okay, and then the last one too is just like, I don't know, who was I talking to? I don't remember who it was. Oh no, I was listening to a podcast and someone was saying how, I think it was Alex Cooper. She was like, I'm not really a music person.
Oh, her and Matt, because they're talking about both, their playlist for their wedding.
They don't literally listen to music. And I just feel like that's weird.
I think not listening to music is definitely really weird. I can relate in the sense that like I'm not a playlist person. Like I don't really make my own playlist. Okay. And I'm super thankful for people like Farzad and Kate and Carlo and Hannah and like you and like literally everybody makes way better playlists than I do. I just like can't get the energy to make a playlist, but I go looking for a playlist that's already made for me.
Yes. But you appreciate music and you like. The thing I don't like is like when someone's like, "Who's your favorite artist?" or "What's your favorite song?" I'm like, I don't know. Like I don't even know what half the songs are called that I listen to.
I know
they're all
the
like
words,
EDM and like house music. I'm like, I don't know. There's like 5 artists on this. I have no idea. Literally, you know. Yeah. But like I feel like music is just like if you don't listen to music, I feel like that's weird.
Yeah, like. If you're running, I feel like, well, sometimes I'll listen to a podcast if I'm trying to run slower, but like you gotta listen to music, getting ready, getting hyped up, driving to the pod here,
like party music. There's just so many occasions to listen to music.
I agree.
Have you guys started making a playlist for your wedding?
No, I need help. I don't know.
We'll help you.
We also have a DJ though, but I do want to like.
No, you gotta
give him stuff and like,
It's hard with a wedding too, because you have to realize it's not just like it's going to be just it's going to be mostly,
honestly, and then Richard Tracy and the Hamiltons. Yeah.
Okay. It's easier with you. For us, we're like, there's Persian people. There's like 6-year-olds that don't like, we can't be playing like songs that have a lot of swear words. Like we have to be a little bit cautious of that.
That's true. Yeah. We're lucky for that. No, I welcome any help for our wedding playlist. Like Kate, when you're listening to this, Farzad, like Hannah, everybody, Carlo, help me out, help us out.
Yeah. I would say like create like different playlists for like different times. So like later in your like reception,
you like when you're like party or like dinner music,
classy music,
cocktail hour kind of vibes. Yeah,
and you want to incorporate some Italian music. I feel
my gosh, we're gonna have a saxophonist, which is pretty cool.
Guys, we're gonna have so much content and things to talk about from our Italy trip. I know.
Matt keeps saying we should actually like
log it,
like not like we should make an episode while we're there, like just like record some stuff. He's like, just bring like your like shitty little like mic or headphones or whatever and just record something on that. Like don't bring the whole setup. He's like, just like do it, and then if you don't end up using it, it's fine. But it's like, I think it'd be cool if you guys did something while you're in Italy.
We could even use those like ones that he has, like the little ones, you know.
We can bring our sticks.
Oh my god, throwback.
Could be cool.
In Italy.
Could be cool.
Live from Italy.
Live. We're married. Oh, speaking of, we got approved for like our marriage license. Well, like, so, okay, this is kind of confusing. So we had to like apply. We did like the whole parents' names, like all that shit. Then today we got an email saying like, okay, like it's good. So now I have to go pick up our marriage license. And then once we have that, I think I have to like apply to the courthouse to go to the courthouse and get married.
Okay.
Because we're just going to get married at City Hall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So it's like all these steps.
Honestly, it's really confusing. Like there's so much admin to actually get married.
It's a lot of admin.
And you're going to change your name, right?
But I'm going to wait until after Italy because I don't want I don't want to have to get a new passport before and like.
Oh, for changing your name.
Yeah. Yes. Change my name. Yes. So I'm just going to change my name. And later.
Okay. And if whenever you change your last name, let me know like what the process is. Because we might be changing our last name into something new before we have kids. Because we're just like, we've talked to our families about this. They're fine with it. Like we just want to kind of get an easier last name to say.
You don't want Fakhri?
Fakhri. And I was always like, it's fine. I'm going to marry a white boy and he'll have like a really easy last name. And then I married a Persian who has a harder last name than mine.
Honestly, gun to my head, I could not spell or pronounce Farzad's last name.
Raisi Fard. Like it's so hard.
Sorry. And every time I spell yours too, I'm like, Fakhri.
Did you know that they messed up my last name? Like it's not supposed to be E-I. It's supposed to be I-E.
Stop it.
Yeah, when we moved here, like the
Somebody
government.
What the fuck?
And so my parents were just kind of like, oh, they already messed it up on all of our documents when we first got here.
No, so definitely change your freaking last name. It's not even your last name at this point.
So then, like all my cousins and stuff, like theirs is IE, but mine is EI, and so they were just kind of like, ugh, like what? It's too much admin. They just got here. They had got to start working. Like they were just like new immigrants. Like
they don't have time for this.
But that's like a full day wasted. They're like, we are not doing this. Like changing all of our passports. So they're just like, you know what? Whatever. It's EI now.
Yeah, that's so annoying. Do you think when you guys have kids, because you guys don't have middle names in Persian culture, will you give your kid a middle name, you think, or probably not?
Man, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. If it's a middle name, it has to be like important. It's not going to just be like Susie, some random
Susie, Betty, Lucy,
Lucy Lou.
Yeah, something cool.
Yeah.
I feel like most middle names are significant. Like mine's my grandma's name. Okay. So I feel like for whatever kid we have, we would tie in some sort of significance in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay, let's end with the BMK because we haven't done this in forever, and I actually have one that I really want to ask you, and I'm so excited to see what you're gonna say. So, Bang, Marry, Kill. Okay. Vanderpump, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and Summer House.
Oh my God, don't do this to me.
Right? That's hard.
Okay, if you had asked me this, I think... Honestly, if you asked me this like 2 months ago, I probably would have had it because I wasn't even watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
But now you're in it.
So now I'm like really loving it. So VPR, I feel like even though right now it sucks, it was my real introduction into Bravo.
Oh my gosh, same.
So I feel like I have to marry it because
that's a
vintage
toxic marriage.
I know, but vintage VPR like the first
oh my
like
God.
It's
nothing
just
better.
so good.
Nothing better.
But now I'm like, okay, so
it's kind of like a marriage. It's like fun and exciting. Yeah. And it's kind of like, kind of sizzled out.
But then I'm like, should I marry Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Because VPR came from that. So it's like the mother of it's the mother.
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay.
My mind's racing right now too. I don't even know what I'm going to say.
I just feel like until I'm done watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I can't marry it because I haven't even watched it all. I feel like I'd just be a pick-me, just being like, I'm marrying it. You've
only known each other for like 2 weeks. Chill.
So I'll marry VPR. I'll bang Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Summer House, honestly, it's good. And I love Paige and Hannah. Like, I love Giggly Squad. Hannah was only on it for like 2 seasons.
She got
it's not that good. And I never watched it before when Paige and Hannah came on. So I feel like if I was like,
you weren't even that into it. That's a really good point.
I don't know. Like I would be okay with killing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you've like altered my decision completely. Because I was thinking of killing VPR just because I was thinking, it got really boring. But I'm like, no, that was the OG that got me into my like.
And like we think of like the first few seasons, like there's so much happened. Whereas
God,
Summer House, like things happen.
It can't even compare. Like where are the strippers, the abortions, like the cheating, like the cesspool, like the best friends backstabbing.
And the drama ends on like the Sunday and then they come back on the Friday and they forgot about the drama last week. Like it's kind of like, I don't know.
No, I think I would. Okay, but I don't even remember what you said, but I think I'm going to marry Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Because that's like, I watched that from beginning to end. It's my mother. We're going to marry. And then VPR, I'm going to bang because she's crazy and we love her. She's a good time. And then Summer House, I'm just gonna kill it because I haven't been committed the whole time. If I haven't watched from the beginning, like, do I even really care about it that much? I don't know.
And to be honest, if Paige left Summer House, I wouldn't watch it.
I just want to know what Paige is doing, what she's wearing. I want to see Craig.
Same. I like really don't care about Kyle and Amanda.
Matt watches it with
don't
me,
care.
so I'm like, I'm down.
Like I don't care about any of the other people on there.
Wow.
Done.
That was a good one.
That was a really good one.
That was a hard one. Okay, guys, that was so fun. I love spending Saturdays with you and with the Saturdays.
And if you guys have any ideas for mini episodes, like different topics you guys want us to talk about, we're thinking of doing like our skincare routine, maybe like our makeup like routine.
I want to know your makeup routine. I want to know how you do that line freaking wing so good every time.
So let us know.
Okay,
and we'll shoot it. Okay.
Sweet. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.